Good afternoon and welcome back to Girded with Truth. Today we're speaking about guarding against false doctrines and false declarations. Proverbs chapter 6 verse 19 says, "A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among his brethren." Now Solomon was talking about 6 things that the Lord hates. And one of those 6 things is a false witness that speaketh lies. So if we want to demonstrate our love towards God as He has demonstrated His love towards us, then we cannot be a false witness that speaketh lies. This is one of the things that the Lord hates. Zechariah chapter 8 verse 17 says, "And let none of you imagine evil in your hearts against his neighbor, and love no false oath, for all these are things that I hate, saith the Lord." So the Lord is continuing to say that it's not just your speech, but it's what you have in your heart. So He is saying here that your heart must be pure. Your heart must not be an evil heart. You must not love what is false. You must not love people that make false oaths, meaning they speak it with their mouth, but their hearts are far from it. They are not connected to what they are saying, because God is a man of His word, and He has also warned us against false prophets and false doctrine. Matthew chapter 7 verses 15 to 20 says, "Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them." So God is saying here, how you would know a false prophet is by what they say. If it is they have prophesied something and it doesn't come to pass, the fruit of it does not happen, then you know for a certain it is a false prophet. You know for certain that they are false prophets. And it continues to say that you don't have to worry about them, because God will deal with them. They will be thrown into the fire and all of that. But it is your responsibility to guard against false prophets, because this is something that the world has a lot of. But you have to discern in your spirit what is false and what is not. You have to be observant enough to know when a false prophet comes to you and when a prophet of God comes to you. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verses 3 to 5 says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts they shall heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry." So the Apostle Paul here is beckoning Timothy to continue to do the work of the Lord. He is saying, even though people are falling away, even though people don't want to hear the truth, even though they are going towards their own lust and entice and going towards lies, you continue to do the work of the Lord. Be fervent in the work of the Lord. Continue to reach out to people. Do the work of an evangelist. Continue to endure afflictions, because He is saying you will make full proof your own ministry. Your works will count in the gates of heaven. Your works will be for the true and living God. You will be the one declaring the truth. So He is saying, don't give up. continue to do the work of the Lord despite of what is happening in the world today. Continue in the truth and not in lies. Matthew chapter 24 verses 23 to 27 says, "Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So here, Jesus is saying, when people come to tell you, Christ is here, they are Christ. When people come to tell you, they are the prophet of the Lord. When people come to show you all the great signs and wonders that they do not believe them, because he has already told you how Christ will return. He has already told you that it will happen as fast as lightning. There will not be a tarrying after the Son of Man comes. When the Son of Man comes, he will come quickly. He will come as fast as lightning. So he's saying, when people come to tell you they are Christ, when people come to tell you they see Christ in the desert, when people come to tell you all these different things, do not believe them. So Christ is giving us some vital information. The Apostle Paul is giving us some vital information. Solomon as well is giving us some vital information to understand the times, understand the seasons, and know for a certain what is false prophecy and what is false doctrine, so we can guard against these things. So we have a responsibility to guard against all of this, because we have the information and we also have the spirit of discernment working in us to be able to guard against these things. 1 John chapter 4 verses 1 to 4 says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Each spirit that confesseth that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that confesseth not that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is not of God. And this is that spirit of antichrist, whereof ye have heard that it should come, and even now already it is in the world. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world." So here we are learning that you cannot believe every spirit, but you can try the spirits to see which spirit is operating. Every spirit that declares that Jesus Christ is Lord, every spirit that declares that Jesus Christ once walked upon the face of the earth, every spirit that knows the truth is of God. But the spirit that does not dwell in truth does not belong to God. As a matter of fact, it is the spirit of the antichrist. It is the spirit of Satan. So now we have known the discernment between the Spirit of God, the false prophets and the prophets of God, the difference between false doctrines and the doctrines of God. Now we know that the thing that is synonymous between all of them, once it is of God, it will be truth. Once we know that it is truth, and we know that we can believe it based on what we have learned here, then we know what we can hold fast to. And it also says, don't worry about it, we have already overcome them, because greater is he that is in us than he that is in the world. So greater is the God that dwells in us, greater is his Holy Spirit that dwells in us, greater is the spirit of discernment that we have to know the truth than the spirit of the antichrist. So we don't have to worry about that, but it is something that we must take heed to and we must guard against. So today I would just like to encourage you to guard against false prophets and false doctrines. Be vigilant, be observant, and continue to guard against these things. As we walk into destiny, as we walk this purpose-driven life, we have to be discerning. We have to guard against false prophets and false doctrines. Be vigilant in your walk with God and continue this journey into your purpose-driven life. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.